Hi, good afternoon, everyone. So, yes, it's afternoon JA time, and you probably have been wondering where have I been. We have been having some technical issues. We create the videos, but we have been not able to upload them, with whatever additional stuff we have created along with the video. It's just not, I just don't know what's happening, but in everything, every journey in life that you decide to go on, you're going to be faced with obstacles. So I decided that, hey, I'm just going to be doing this video as is and send it as is. Yeah. So this afternoon, I just want to update you a bit. My 90-day journey has been going extremely great in spite of all the obstacles that I'm faced with. Yes, it has been going great. And also, I have been growing, applying personal development a lot. So February was epic, was a little bit hectic, but I made it through because with work, with family, with friends, with life on a whole, and what it has to throw at you, it was extremely hectic. But God is able. He's able. He's able. And one of the things I do know for a fact is that having been into the Word, listening to the famous John Maxwell and Jim Rohn personal development speakers, I've taken away a lot of things from them that I'll be sharing two keynotes, two things. Sometimes we set out to do things and we don't get it done. We procrastinate. Sometimes you decide that you're not going to procrastinate, but some life just happens, and you end up not doing and fulfilling little things that you said you wanted to do and so forth. But don't beat up on yourselves because, sometimes, which I've realized that has popped out on me going down on this path, is that sometimes we are trying to bite off more than we can chew. Yeah. And set realistic goals. Set tasks that you will be able to complete during a given day, month, or even on the 90-day journey. So I want to share with you this afternoon two tips that really resonated with me from John Maxwell, which talks about growth. It says, make that commitment to intentionally grow. Make the commitment to intentionally grow. So we started a 21 days jump rope body transformation challenge, and the challengers in it, they would have conditioned their mind somewhat to grow and develop, not just physically but health wise, overall, mentally, whatsoever the challenge have to offer, they would have been committing themselves to do that. And I'm certain that there are days that they will fall off track, right? But the keynote is that when you realize that you would have fallen off, remind yourself, I need to intentionally or be intentional now about what I have to complete. So, which leads me to identify the areas you want to grow in. Identify the areas. So, you know that you want a nice 4-inch off your waist at the end of 21 days challenge. Then you can't be snacking. You can't be eating after 6 p.m. You can't be, doing the things you're not supposed to do. You can't be watching the skipping rope and saying, all right, I'll be jumping this evening. I'm going to get that 5 jumps in. and you watch the rope until it's time for bed. Be intentional. Look at the areas. So you want to get rid of 3 inches off your waist, then you have to put in the work. Be intentional. Above all, we need to make sure that we choose the areas wisely. So if you know you cannot commit to lose 3 inches from your waist, but 1, let that be realistic. And going into another season, you would have worked up yourself, you know, you would have gotten yourself in the groove to say, yeah, I will be able to commit to another inch or 2 or 3 this time around, right? So one of the things we need to do every day: preparation, practice, and then reflection. If we're not doing this, we're going to be in for trouble. So as a teacher, as a health and wellness fitness coach, in order to face my team, I have to prepare myself. I have to prepare myself mentally, I have to prepare myself physically, and I have to make sure that for work I have a lesson well put together to execute to teach the children. So at the end of the day, I would have in the back of my head physically prepared, physically know what I will be executing to the team before I go before them. Same thing with the children. So preparation is key, right? And you're going into whatever program it is, because I'm now realizing that, you know, and I've done 90-day journeys, but this one I have been so intentional about it, with the areas that I have picked out to work on, where I am concerned to grow and to develop, that I need to prepare. I need to be better prepared, right? And so if I know I will be taking my fat flush tea to work, my shake, or prepare a healthy meal, and by chance coming home I'll be having this, whatever is on the menu for lunch, because while coaches we can't enter, but I try to follow some of the routine to help with what I have and I want to accomplish within the 90 days journey. And so I would prepare some things. I prep the day before, right? So as to better execute myself, or mentally I would have prepared them. Yeah, I would have prepared them. So in the morning things are stocked accordingly, and I just go pull, prepare, right? So this is what we need to ensure that we do. Prioritize. That's another thing in preparation. Prioritizing. And many of us, we lack that. We lack that. Or they just, they're all over the place. Oh, jeez, I forgot something to do this. Oh, lad. And before you know it, you're like, screaming all over the place, and you're burnt out, you're tired, and you just can't be bothered because you did not prioritize. You didn't plan. So next thing, practice. So 2 P's, 1 R. Practice. So we prepare, we practice. Practice makes perfect. And why I have been accomplishing most of what I would have set out on my 90-day journey, it's not just a to-do list. So the days are numbered, and check, I did that. Check, I did that. Yeah, but it's practicing good habits. And when you practice, the gem, practice makes perfect, right? So in wanting, like, all right, for example, like yesterday, my daughter, she can't skip, but she want to enter challenge, right? She want to gain weight, and she want to enter the jump rope challenge. I didn't stop her. Baby girl can't even skip. And to my surprise, she has done far much more jump than other persons would have done, right? And she practiced. So in starting off, being intentional about wanting to commit to grow, to gain weight, and doing the jump rope, then she would have been practicing. She chose the choice of area, want to put on a little weight, want to tone up. So she have to prepare herself mentally now, physically, practice. Before coming on here, she was like, Mommy, I couldn't walk today. And some things in life, we're going to be faced with pain. It's going to be painstaking. Yeah? But it doesn't mean that you have to give up. And many persons, when they start a challenge or decide that, I want a change where I am concerned, where me is concerned, I'm gonna do this. 2-3 days them drop off a farm. You wonder what happened. You wonder. But reality check. It's because they weren't intentional. And the pain of the game just got to them. So, when you would have practiced to become perfect in whichever area, then you need to reflect. So you sit back, you say to yourself, what is it that I could have done better? I'm going to highlight a particular person, I hope she doesn't mind, that is in the jump rope challenge. She started out on a low key with her numbers, her count. And to my surprise, she upped it up to 1,119 jumps to be exact. And I thought that to be epic because she knows what she wants, she's intentional about it, she's committing herself to grow and to achieve her goals. She has somewhat prepared herself. She practiced the few days, and then in reflecting, she said to herself, with those few days, I think I can do far much better than what I've done the previous days. Hence, intentional comes back again. She was now intentional because she reflected to do far much more than the previous days. Right? So, these are some pointers for me that I've really taken away in growing and developing me personally. One of the things also that has resonated with me from the good book, Philippians chapter 4 verse 19, it says, but my God shall supply all my needs according to his riches in glory, which is in Christ Jesus. And when you are set out on a path to do what is right, your Lord will establish you. Mark you. This is what some of us don't like. You have to go through a little pothole, some bumps, some dents. You have to wring your foot, wring your back. And I'm not literal, and sometimes it might happen literally speaking, right? But at the end of the day, because you were intentional, and he saw how intentional you were, or you are being, to commit to do what is right, he'll establish you. So he'll supply the energy. He'll supply the things that you lack, the things that you need to accomplish the task, right? And at the end of the day, you'll just sit and watch. And in reflecting, you'll be like, hey, is this really me? Is this really me? So my dear friends, if you have not started personal development, start today. I encourage you There are so many personal development speakers. There are so many books. There are so many books on the physical side of it, spiritual side of it, that you can use to grow, to change you, to be a better version of you. And that is why I don't feed my mind up on social media. I don't waste time on social media anymore. In the sense, well, I never really used to. We know we use social media as a platform and means to execute our business and stuff like that, and to send a good word or encouragement to persons. But that is why I don't do it, because I don't want to be captivated with other icons out there, with their characteristical traits that they have created, and then I am patronizing that. I mean, yeah, we can pick out a good one or two thing out of a person's book, but in applying it to yourself, be you. And so I want to be a better version of myself. I don't want to be a walking billboard of somebody else. I just want to be me. And in developing me, you know, I can sit back and reflect and say, yes, I've done well. And I'm certain at the end of my 90 days, I'm going to say, I've finished my course. Hence, here is the result. And you know, I picked out this for starting our jump rope challenge. You know, this is my motto. Results is the name of the game. Results is the name of the game. So if you're not in for getting results and good results, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at the end of the day. So my dear friends, think about it hard and long. What is it about you need to change? What is it about you need to add to you to have you different from the rest? To stand out, you know, characteristical wise. And you know, one of the things I've learned also that has been helping me, I've been dealing with my issues of life differently. I I don't allow certain things to wear and tear me, and it might have my little toops, but at the end of the day, I think I've grown. Not I think, I know I've grown there. You know, we used to just no, it's not like that anymore, you know. And things have come. As I say, you know, God have to test you first. You have to go through a test in whatever you want, era you want to live. You're going to go through a test, but it doesn't mean that you should give up. Throwing the towel and say, no, I can't bother with this now. They have come, I'm going to tell you, full force. But the way, when I sit back and reflect, I've overcome. And I love it, and I'm enjoying it. I'm feeling much better health-wise, much better characteristical-wise. So I'm encouraging you. I mean, really, really encouraging. I'm speaking from my heart here now. As a health and wellness fitness coach, there's much more to our lives than just getting in nutrition and exercising and helping others to do that. If you don't personally develop you, then you're not going to be, you know, what others are expecting. So add a little bit of that to you today. Practice, prepare, reflect, and commit to the tasks that you say or areas that you want to grow in, and be intentional about it. Have for yourselves a wonderful rest of the evening, and stay tuned to my next video in following up on how I have been doing in the other areas. Alright? Love you guys. Ciao.